Hello children, in the previous class we have studied about oogenesis. What is oogenesis? That is the formation of ovum. Formation of ovum is a cyclic process. It takes 28 to 29 days and it involves changes in the structure and function of the entire reproductive system. That is known as menstrual cycle. Today we are going to study about menstrual cycle. So what is the definition of menstrual cycle? Let us see. First, it is the formation of oocyte, or we can say secondary oocyte or ovum. Okay. Next point, it is a cyclic process. It is a cyclic process and it takes 28 to 29 days and it involves changes in the structure and function of reproductive system. Function of reproductive system. So this is about the definition of the menstrual cycle. So the menstrual cycle begins at puberty. So the first menstrual cycle in the puberty is said to be menarche. So when it starts at puberty, okay, the first menstrual cycle is known as menarche and it takes place at the age of 10 to 12 years. Okay, and this cycle ceases at the age of 48 to 50 years. Okay, that is known as menopause. That is known as menopause. So you have seen that menarche is the beginning of this menstrual cycle and the end of the menstrual cycle is menopause. The stage or the period between menarche and menopause are said to be the reproductive life span. That is the reproductive lifespan of a female human being. So we can say it is near about 35 to 40 years. It is near about 35 to 40 years. Okay, the reproductive lifespan of a human female is only 35 to 40 years. But we have studied that at puberty, in the ovary, near about 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are there. Only one primary follicle develops into secondary oocyte or ovum in 1 month. So we can say that in 1 month, one oocyte is formed, or you can say one ovum is formed or oocyte is formed. Okay, and in 1 year, how many oocytes are formed? In 1 year, we can write either 12 or 13 ovum or oocyte is formed. Okay, approximately 12 to 13 years, 13 ovum. So, entire life cycle, that is 35 to 40 years, how many ovums will be produced? We can say near about 400 to 500 ovum or secondary oocyte are produced. So what we have studied in the puberty, that means in the ovary of the female is having only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles. Out of 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles, which develops into only this 400 to 500 primary follicle develops into ovum. What about the remaining primary follicles? It get degenerated and by a process called atresia. So what we have seen in the entire life cycle of a human female, only 400 to 500 ovums are produced from the primary follicles. The remaining primary follicles get degenerated. Okay, this is the introduction about the menstruation cycle. Now here what we have learned? We have learned about the definition of the menstrual cycle. We have studied what is menarche. Menarche is the beginning of the menstrual cycle and menopause is the end of the menstrual cycle. Okay, in the next we'll study what are the phases involved in the menstrual cycle. So we can see the phases of menstrual cycle. Number 1, that is menstrual phase. Number 2 is follicular phase. It is also known as proliferative phase. Proliferative phase. Number 3rd is ovulatory phase. Number 4th is luteal phase, or it is also known as secretory phase. Secretory phase. So these are the 4 phases of menstrual cycle. What are the 4 phases of menstrual cycle? That is menstrual phase. Second is follicular phase or proliferative phase. Third is ovulatory phase. And the 4th is luteal phase or secretory phase. Now students will try to study in detail about the menstrual cycle. Now dear children, let us try to understand the entire process of menstrual cycle. In order to make you understand, I have made 4 rows. At the bottom I have written here it as uterine wall. What is uterine wall? That is the wall of the uterus. You know that you have studied that uterus consists of 3 layers of walls. What are they? Perimetrium, that is the outermost layer which protects the uterus. Middle layer is known as myometrium, which is made up of smooth muscular tissue. And the innermost is known as the endometrium, that is the glandular tissue. Okay, now here we are going to show, so here we'll see what are the changes which takes place in the endometrial tissues. Now this row is about hormones of ovary. We have studied that hormones, ovary releases, secretes 2 hormones. What are the hormones? That is estrogen, which is secreted from the developing follicles, and progesterone, which is secreted from the corpus luteum. Okay. Next, we will try to see the level of hormones. Okay. Next is the changes in the ovary. What are the changes which happens in the ovary? That means how the primary follicle develops into Graafian follicles, how the Graafian follicles is converted into corpus luteum, everything we will see in this row. And this is the hormones of pituitary gland. Children, this pituitary gland, where it is located? It is located in the brain. If you remember children, when we have studied about spermatogenesis, at the time we have studied that there is a hormone which is called GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone. This gonadotropin releasing hormone is secreted from the hypothalamus. This gland, hypothalamus region of the brain, which is situated in the brain. Okay, this GnRH is a hormone which stimulates the pituitary gland. Okay, it stimulates the anterior pituitary gland. Okay, at the time this anterior pituitary gland secretes two types of hormone. What are the two types of hormone? That is FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, luteinizing hormone. Here we will see the levels of this hormone. Okay, now we are going to start with the first phase. What is the first phase? That is the menstrual phase. So here we'll write the phases. This is the menstrual phase. Okay, what actually happens in this menstrual phase? You see here, the endometrial wall of the uterus breaks. Okay, there is a loss of endometrial tissue. Okay, and blood vessels, endometrial tissues break down, and there is, we can say, there is a loss of endometrial tissues, and that process is known as menstruation. Menstruation. Okay, now why the endometrial tissues are breaking down? Okay, the reason is that, if you remember student, we have studied corpus luteum secretes a hormone which is known as the progesterone. Okay, the function of the progesterone is to maintain the endometrial tissues. When the level of this endometrial, that is progesterone level, decreases, so let us, I'm going to show here, this is progesterone. That means when the level of progesterone is very less, it is unable to maintain the endometrial tissues. So that is why the endometrial tissues break down. So here we will make a line in order to separate the menstrual phase. Okay, why the endometrial tissue is lost? The reason is that when the level of progesterone is reduced or decreased, at the time it is unable to maintain the endometrial tissues. That is why the endometrial tissues are lost. Now this low level of progesterone, let us write here, low level of progesterone. Okay, this stimulates the pituitary gland. It stimulates the pituitary gland. At the time what happens? The pituitary gland secrete a hormone which is called FSH. So what is the full form of FSH? Follicle stimulating hormone. So the low level of progesterone stimulate the pituitary gland and secrete FSH. Okay, so at that time, suppose here I am showing you the level of, as FSH is a pituitary hormone, so let me show here, the level of FSH started to increase. The level of FSH started to increase here. Okay, this is FSH. Due to this FSH, it helps in developing the follicles. Which follicles? You have studied that there is many primary follicles are present in there is a cluster of primary follicles found in the ovary. So this primary follicle one of the primary follicles started to develop. So here there are so many primary follicles are there. So among this, only one started to develops due to the influence of FSH. So let me draw here. Due to the influence of FSH, one of the primary follicle develops and form a mature follicles. So this is the mature follicles. What is the name of that mature follicle? That is known as Graafian follicles. You can see here. This is the secondary oocyte, okay, and this is a follicle. So here also this is tertiary follicle. Secondary oocyte is present. Secondary oocyte is present, and this is a secondary follicle. So various follicles are developed by the influence of FSH. When this follicle develops, at that time this follicle secrete a hormone which is called estrogen. So let me write here estrogen. As the follicle develops, as the primary follicle develops into Graafian follicle, it secretes estrogen. Okay, the level of the estrogen started to increase. Here, the level of the estrogen started to increase. Okay. So at that time what happened? When the level of the estrogen increases, it helps in repairing the endometrial tissues. During menstrual cycle, what happened? The endometrial tissue is scrapped off. So that repair is carried out by the estrogen hormone. So here what happened? The repairing of endometrial tissues takes place. Okay, this is endometrium and it forms 2.3 mm thick. Okay, now this stage is known as, up to this stage is known as follicular phase. Why it is called follicular phase? During this phase only the primary follicle develops into Graafian follicle. So here we can write Graafian follicles. Here the primary follicle develops into Graafian follicle. That is why this phase is known as follicular phase. One more name is there. It is also known as proliferative phase. Why it is called proliferative phase? Because the endometrium is started to thick. That is, a repairing process is taking place. That means we can say there is a proliferation of endometrium. That is why it is known as the follicular phase or proliferative phase. Now, what happened to this estrogen? This is estrogen. The level of the estrogen keeps on increasing due to the increase in the size of the Graafian follicle. It keeps on secreting this estrogen. So as the level increases, let us write here level of estrogen that is high level of estrogen. This high level of estrogen stimulate again this pituitary gland. You see here the estrogen level is increased. Why the estrogen level is increased? As the Graafian follicle mature, the estrogen level is increased. As the estrogen level increases, the high level of estrogen stimulate the pituitary to decrease the level of FSH. So here FSH is decreased, okay. LH is increased. The level of LH is increased and the level of FSH is decreased. So what you have learned here, as the level of the estrogen increases, it stimulates the pituitary gland to decrease the level of FSH and increase the level of LH. Why the FSH level is decreased? The reason is that, you know, in one ovary, in 1 month, only one primary follicle develops into a mature oocyte, secondary oocyte. But if the FSH will remain, if the level of the FSH is remain in a higher concentration or higher level, so what happens? There is a chances of developing another primary follicles. So in order to prevent that, the level of FSH is decreased by the high level of estrogen. Is it clear? Now, what happened to this LH? At the time what happened? LH is increased. So this is, LH is luteinizing hormone. The level of the LH here, the level of the FSH is decreased, and here the level of LH is slightly increases. It keeps on increasing. You can draw like this. It increases. At a particular time, it reaches a higher level. This is known as LH surge. This is known as LH surge. Okay? This is LH. The level of the LH increases, and that is known as the LH surge. At this stage, what happened? This breaks the Graafian follicle. The higher level of LH breaks the Graafian follicles. So you can draw here the Graafian follicles releases secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte is released. This is known as ovulation. So we can write here as ovulatory phase. Ovulatory phase. Ovulatory phase takes place in the 14th day. Ovulatory phase takes place in the 14th day, and follicular phase lasts for 10 to 12 days. Okay? So menstrual cycle starts, it will remain up to 3 to 5 days. Okay? As the Graafian follicle breaks and releases the secondary oocyte, the remaining Graafian follicle, so let us make a line here. The remaining Graafian follicle, what happened to it? It is converted into corpus luteum. It is converted into corpus luteum. Okay? So the corpus luteum secretes a hormone called progesterone. See the level of the progesterone here. The level of the progesterone is very low. Okay? Now as the corpus luteum is formed, this progesterone slightly increases, and what happened? The level of the progesterone is very high. What about the estrogen level? Estrogen level is lower. Now why the estrogen level decreased? Because the follicles break down, and due to the breaking down of this follicle, the estrogen level is decreased. See, this is estrogen and this is progesterone. Progesterone is increased. Now, what happened if fertilization? Now, the level of LH will remain as such, the level of FSH is reduced. Now, what happened if fertilization takes place? In the case of fertilization, in the case of fertilization, the LH level will be in the same, that means in a higher level, and it will maintain the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum keeps on secreting progesterone, and it helps. What is the function of this progesterone? It helps in maintaining the endometrial tissues. The endometrium become very thick and it is about 5 mm in thickness. Okay, so this is now ready to receive the fertilized embryo. Now, suppose if fertilization takes place, the corpus luteum keeps on secreting progesterone and this progesterone maintains the endometrial tissues. Suppose if no fertilization, if there is no fertilization, what happens? This progesterone inhibit or stimulate the pituitary gland to reduce the level of LH. So suppose if there is no fertilization, progesterone stimulate the pituitary to decrease the level of LH. When in the case if there is no fertilization takes place. When the level of LH is reduced, what happens? It is unable to maintain the corpus luteum as such. Corpus luteum degenerate and forms another structure which is known as corpus albigen. Corpus albigen. Okay. Now, when the corpus luteum get degenerated, at the time what happen? It is unable to produce progesterone. So progesterone level is reduced. Again what happened? As the progesterone level is reduced, again you come to the first phase. The endometrium started to lose. That means the level of progesterone decreases. It is unable to maintain the endometrial tissues. The endometrium is lost. Okay. Let me try to explain you once again. In the first phase, that is menstrual phase, what happened? The endometrium is lost due to the decrease in the level of progesterone. Okay? The decreased level of progesterone stimulate the pituitary to secrete FSH. As the FSH increases, it helps in the formation or the development of primary follicle into Graafian follicle. As the primary follicle develops into Graafian follicle, it secretes estrogen. Okay, the level of the estrogen increases. As the level of the estrogen increases, the endometrium thickens. That means we can say there is a repairing of endometrial tissues. When the estrogen level becomes very high, it inhibits, or you can say, in other ways we can say it stimulates the pituitary gland to decrease the FSH and to increase the LH. Decrease the FSH and increase the LH. So FSH level is reduced and LH level is increased. So increase in the LH level is known as LH surge. Okay, at this stage what happened? The Graafian follicle breaks and oocyte is released, that is known as ovulation. And then what happened? The remaining Graafian follicle converted into corpus luteum. That secrete progesterone. So when the progesterone level is increased. This increased progesterone level helps to maintain the endometrial tissues. Okay. Now, if fertilization takes place, the level of LH will remain as such. Corpus luteum will continuously producing the progesterone and the progesterone will maintain endometrial for further fertilization, that means implantation. Now, if there is no fertilization, what happens? Progesterone stimulate the pituitary gland to decrease the level of LH. As the level of LH is decreased, the corpus luteum is unable to maintain here, so it gets degenerated. So as the corpus luteum degenerates into corpus albigen, the progesterone level decreases. Again, when the progesterone level decreases, it is unable to maintain the endometrial tissue, so the endometrial tissues are lost. Now you can able to see there is a change in the level of hormone. Okay. Now it's a self-regulatory mechanism. Okay, that prepare the female reproductive system for fertilization and implantation. Now you see there are how many phases? Menstrual phase, it lasts for 3 to 5 days, follicular phase 10 to 12 days, and ovulatory phase, that is on 13th or 14th day, and the remaining days are said to be the luteal phase. It varies from person to person. Now suppose if what is the need of this endometrial tissue? The function of this endometrial tissue is to preparing the uterus for implantation. Okay, so suppose if there is no implantation, if there is no fertilization, so there is no need of endometrial tissue. And one more thing I want to tell you, the last phase is known as luteal phase. Why it is called luteal phase? This is because the corpus luteum helps to secrete the progesterone that maintain the endometrial tissue. So that is why it is known as the luteal phase. And there is one more name for this luteal phase, that is the secretory phase. The endometrial tissues at this stage become glandular and vascular and secretes nutrient in the uterus, which is useful for the developing embryo. So that is why it is also known as secretory phase. I hope students you might have understood it. It is the simplest way to make you understand the various phases of menstrual cycle. In the next class, we will be studying about fertilization and implantation. Thank you.